Hi, it's Heather. I'm a certified arborist in Bloomington, Indiana, and today I thought I'd give you a few tips on pruning our native bridal veil Spirea. This is probably one of the most abused plants in our community. They either don't get pruned or they get sheared or uh, whatever. But so what I have found, these guys do best if we remove um, a few stems of the oldest wood all the way to the ground. And what that does, especially if we do it during the winter, is it keeps the crown of the shrub fresh so that it continues to produce new stems. One thing about shrubs, if we let the stem size get too big, they may be prone to getting borers in the woods. So when we keep the wood a little smaller, there's not enough room for larvae to develop. So that's a good thing. Um, when we keep the wood fresh, by allowing new stems to come up, we do get a better floral display, which, yes, this is a native plant and I love it, but it's not really super fun if it doesn't flower well. So then we go to form. So really what we want to see with these guys is kind of more of a fountain shape. This guy's a little bit off balance right now, so maybe at the end of the summer I'll correct a little bit more, but it had quite a bit taken out this year. So we want it to kind of be like a fountain. And then just so you know, when the flowers are actually on, it's going to spread a little bit. So these branches that are upright right now, they're going to droop. So we always want to keep that in mind when we plan plantings. So I wouldn't plant it too close to a house or other plants. Like, give it a good amount of room. Maybe you could do ferns underneath. It will bounce back once it's done flowering, but just so you know, don't whack it. Just let it go. So then, the other thing about the actual pruning, they do get kind of these vigorous stems, which are really handy when we want to cut back to somewhere. Like this is kind of a vigorous stem right there, and I've cut that back. But quite a few of them, they point straight up, and that kind of makes them grow faster. So quite a few of those I removed. I did thin some branches to avoid rubbing. So anyway, and we are going to talk more about pruning in general, but after those things, just kind of follow basic pruning things. When we do make a coppice cut down near the ground, we want to try and give those cuts a little bit of an angle so water runs off. So here's the deal too. Spirea are in the rose family, which means that they can be prone to fire blight and a few other things that like we think of as being apple diseases. So for that reason, I tend to prune these guys mostly in the winter. There is a second pruning season for rose family members, which would be for our area kind of maybe like the middle of August on. And so when we don't make cuts during the growing season, we can avoid having Erwinia, which I forget which Erwinia it is, but anyway, we can avoid fire blight. Um, and yeah, so that may be it. So just, don't whack this plant. Don't plant it too close to other things. And really enjoy it. And if you think about it too, try and avoid planting Japanese Spirea. They are, most of them are proving to be kind of invasive. And this is a native one. So, and I think too, anymore at the nurseries, I think there may be a dwarf native bridal veil spirea. So if, the old fashioned is too big for you, you may be able to get a smaller one. But anyway, so there's some tips to how to not wreck your spirea. Um, I hope you have a great day. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will talk with you later. Bye.